today's topic is how to scale your networking. And this is part 2 because this is a very big topic. I've already done one mini webinar on it, and there will be at least one more on scaling your networking. Now, if you're familiar with business and business ideas at all, you know that one of the big things in business is that they want you to scale, right? How can I scale your business? What does scaling mean? It's a little bit like growth, but it's really rapid growth, and it's having systems that are in place that work even if you have a small amount or a big amount of clients. So is it really possible to scale your networking? Because really, Beth, isn't the only way you can do, quote, more networking is by, doing more networking? No, there are ways to scale your networking, and that's what this series has been. So today, how to scale your networking, part 2, I've got just 3 ideas for you today. Really want to focus on just how can you really take these 3 ideas, apply them to your networking, and scale. So the first idea is called the minimal effective dose. I heard this popularized by Tim Ferriss, and the idea is it's not the barest, worst minimum you can get by, but it is what is the least amount of effort I can put in to get a great result, or even sometimes I look at it as what is the minimum effort I'm willing to put in and accept the results. So for your networking, this may mean that you would prefer to be doing more networking, but instead you need to find that minimal effort, the minimal effective dose that gets you the number of connections you want, or gets you the number of interactions, or gets you in front of the people that you really need to connect with. And a big part of what that becomes is that you spend your time, the limited networking time that you have, connecting with the people who can help you get the most results. And usually that means they are super connectors themselves. So spending your time connecting with the most highly connected networkers is one of the best ways to get that minimal effective dose out of your networking. And then if you can apply a little more effort, obviously that really starts scaling it up. That really starts ramping it up. The second way to scale up your networking that I'm talking about today is shifting your mindset. And so many coaches and so many blogs and so many webinars are all about shifting your mindset, right? Shift your money mindset, shift your success mindset. But this goes back to an earlier mini webinar about scaling your networking, where I talked about shifting your position. And specifically in networking, shifting your position from being someone who is seeking, a seeker, to being the person who is sought out. So shifting your position in networking is setting yourself up as the kind of person that others come to, as opposed to you being the kind of person who feels like you have to go out and seek other people. You have to do the pursuing. The mindset that goes along with that is in your own head, shifting yourself and shifting your networking approach from being a person who thinks I have to go out and seek people. I have to go out and I have to kind of go with my hat in my hands. Please, may I have some more? To someone who has a lot to offer and they should be seeking you. That is an internal mindset shift that will get you a lot farther and scale your networking a lot faster than being in the seeking mindset. Welcome back, and here's what we're talking about. how to scale your networking. And when we talk about scaling, basically it's more results with the same or less effort. And it's not just about efficiency. It's actually just getting more and more and more from what you're doing. So just to review really quickly, the first two ways that we talked about was the minimal effective dose. And the key to that, the key to a minimal effective dose is that you must track. You must track so that you know whether or not something is efficient. And two, so that you know if it is effective, because that's part of minimal effective dose. Like doing the minimal thing, but having no idea if it's actually working for you. That's not leveraging the minimal effective dose. You have to know if it's effective for you. And if it's not, then you find something that's different. The second way to scale your networking that I'm talking about today is shifting your mindset from thinking, oh, I have to go out and seek people, I have to go out and find people, like I have my, hat in my hands, to being so clear about your value and what you offer and what you want to offer to people that they seek you out. Can you see how that is scaling? Because it's no longer you spending your time going out and searching and trying to find this person and that person and this person. They literally come in to you. They literally seek you out. And that's scaling right there. So the third and final way to scale your network that I'm going to talk about today is putting in a concentrated effort. Maybe you will spend the same amount of total time that you would over 6 months, 9 months, or a year, but instead you concentrate it into a very short time period. So for example, I had a business acquaintance who did 90 networking events in 90 days. It was kind of crazy, but she did this concentrated effort. Now, you can't continue to do this. And in fact, I think she took the next 90 days almost completely off of her networking. But because she focused it in there so tightly, she built relationships better, faster, stronger, harder. And it's related to memory. How do you memorize something? Well, you repeat it over closely spaced intervals, right? If you're trying to memorize something, you don't practice it once a month for a year. You practice it twice a day for a week. And so that's what concentrating your networking efforts will do. You'll really stick in people's memories. You'll build stronger relationships. You'll build more trust, and you'll build it faster. Plus, there's some other really fascinating things that happen. I talked to Mara about becoming a super connector. And one of the ways that you can become a super connector is to really get known as a networking, and doing that concentrated effort is a way to do that. It builds word of mouth faster. It can also take you from that position of being a seeker into being sought out because you're so dynamic and I see you everywhere. So there you go. 3 ways to scale your networking. That minimal effective dose, concentrated effort, and shifting your mindset.